Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my full tour of the country that I've been making, Scandania. So, the reason I haven't been putting out videos for the past couple of days is because I've just been touching this up, getting it ready for this tour. We're going to be doing a full tour, so I don't really know how long this is going to be. It could be over an hour, it could be 30 minutes, who knows. But I've been working on this world for a year and a half. I started back in January of 2019, and I've just been kind of working on it ever since. I've maybe taken one month break, but it's still a really cool area. So if we go to my statistics, you can see that I've played quite a lot of this. If we go specifically down to 29.07 days, that's almost a month of this world right here. It's the entire month of February plus one more day. Or if it's just the entire month of February if it's on a leap year. But you look at this and we're gonna get right into the tour. So this was the start of the place. I built this all the way back in 1.13 when World Edit was a thing, because I kind of had to make the terrain. Another thing that I think I found really helpful, and one mistake that I see people make when they're trying to do these huge cities, is that they're not staying committed to it. Now here's what I did, because I have a problem staying committed to things too. So what I did was, to add texture to the area, I made my own terrain, meaning that I used World Edit to go around and create all this terrain, and that just allowed for way more freedom and flexibility with my buildings. And I think that's one mistake that people make, is when they make it in a flat world, then it's just like, well, now I have to make all this like mountains and stuff, and it's just gonna look weird. But with this one, you got like a wide ocean, and then you just got the land in the middle, and it's just really nice because I can make so many more things than if I were to use a flat world. So anyway, I'm gonna stop babbling on. Let's get into the tour. So here we have 𝚬𝚘𝚎. This is the first ever city that I've constructed in this world. First house is right here, and you can tell that this is a semi-old house because got the chests. There are no smokers or blacksmith tables or blast furnaces. It's all just the pre 1.13 stuff, or pre 1.14 stuff, sorry. So this is a pretty old house. I believe there's a sign somewhere around here on like the first block that I placed. And I think it was, well, the first block that I placed, it was right over here, and it was the start of this pathway when I had it going down. And this was on, I remember building 3 of these homes, these 3 right here, on a snow day when they had to cancel school because it was a blizzard out. And I just kind of played this for most of the day. But I just kind of made houses, just small ones like this. Not much to them, just kind of cozy little areas to live in. We have the pier right here. So the flag's really big. The little hut here is off center. It's also made of brick stabilized on wood, which is kind of weird. Another thing we have are yachts. Now, I'm not a good boat builder, and I was actually really proud when I made this yacht right here, along with all these over here. Like, I was extremely proud of it, because this is actually the first ever, like, modern yacht style build I've ever done, and I think it turned out really nice. I mean, the inside's it's a little minimalistic. Yeah, it's got some glowstone out back. It's really weird, but I think when you step further back, I think I did a good job on it. But here we have a beach hut right here. It's not much to it. It's just kind of a lookout area. I'm just kind of sitting here. Over here we have, I remember this being kind of like a restaurant-ish building. So you got like the tables right here, and these are supported by string on carpet, which I thought was a really cool building trick right here, because it can allow you to make like modern looking tables. But there's 2 floors to this, and then 1 floor up top where you have the kitchen area and the boss's dining set up here. Over here we have kind of like these, I saw rectangular houses. I think they were storage containers. I was looking at storage container houses, and I was thinking, wow, these are actually really cool. So why don't I just build like elongated homes? So I did. I built elongated homes. And I mean, they're a little cramped up here. Like if you jump, you're going to hit your head. But down here, pretty roomy. I mean, not really. You got like 2 blocks of space less. A fish tank. It's the same with over here. It's got buildings like this. I mean, you got a bathroom without a door too, so that's kind of nice. And then there's one over here, which is just a small kitchen, and then a bedroom up here, or bathroom with a door actually, and bedroom over here. So kind of neat area over there. This one is unfinished actually. This is originally supposed to be a casino. I added an elevator right here, and I just kind of never finished it. But it'll teleport you up to here, and then I believe, no, there's not one more floor, but if you go up here, there is. And the layout of it was so weird that I just kind of stopped working on it, but I just kind of kept it here. Over here we have a apartment building. Now, I remember watching videos while doing these. I remember watching like Reddit videos or something, and this is kind of what I watched. Also, these elevators do work, so if we hop into creative and we just go up, you can see that it transports us to a new floor. If we go over here, new floor, and gnome. Alright, cool. So another thing you should know is that most, if not all, of these buildings do have interior, so I'd say I probably spent a couple days working on interior and then a couple days working on exterior and landscaping and all that. So there's another one over here. This is the original world map, but I never extended it. But there's a bigger one over in another city, but we'll get to that later. So we have the local map right here where it's got the 𝚬𝚘𝚎 area. It's just got small things, so you see the Capitol building, the port, the dock and the beach. But right here is the Capitol building, and I actually forgot about these. So what these are is these are teleports to every single city, but most of the command blocks are actually not working, so yeah. But all of these people have offices, so you got the HRM department. So they have just a minimalistic office because they like paintings. You have the governor's office in here, a simple man. Over here we have just a kind of lobby area, some computers and books and Rubik's cubes and a lot of books. Over here we have just the map again, and this is where it leads over to the second part of the city. So we'll go over here where it's kind of like the more suburban areas of the home. There's not much to them, just kind of cozy homes, but you can see that there's like TVs, the kitchen, just all that stuff, mailboxes. I was gonna do addresses, but then I figured, wow, this is gonna be really tedious to do, so I just ended up not doing it. And this is going to be a apartment building, but I kinda, so it was supposed to be 2 connecting apartment buildings, but I kinda limited off the building because I do like that brick building back there, but I think that I maybe should continue on doing this because I do like the bone structure with the clay, or terracotta, whatever you call it. Another thing over here is these connecting apartments, which are kind of cool. So they've all got pretty much the same design. They're white and then brown, and got some bookcases and computers. There's not much to them. Some of them are just kind of empty also. And this is what I mean by some buildings aren't interiorized. Like, so I'll be building and I'll just kind of go on like a streak, and then I just will kind of forget about what I want to do with them. So I don't remember what I wanted to do with that building, but yeah, maybe we'll go back to it someday. This is a office also, so that's really tight. Wow. Okay, these are actually apartments, I think. Yeah, these are definitely apartments. That's really tight. So that is 𝚬𝚘𝚎 right there. It's very... Oh, wait, I didn't show this building. Or I guess neither did I show those. Anyway, you have apartments again. Pre 1.14, no barrels or anything like that. This is an office building. And this one is... yeah, another office building. Kind of cool. So over here we have the town of Elfia. And this is kind of going off of like a old Greek style building, so it's not connected to the main city or any city actually. But it's kind of got these cool little fountains and stuff right here. So it's all connected by a cobblestone pathway going through homes and all that. And not really homes, it's more just a gathering space, but home nonetheless, I guess, if you really want to live in there. So you come over into here, and you've got small areas like this. They're not really interiorized because I didn't really know what to do with them, because I didn't really expect that people would want to live in these. But some of them do have interior, like this one. It's not really much. I didn't really know what to do with this area, because I knew that I wouldn't be spending a lot of time on this, and I never really thought I would come back to this unless I was making a tour. But then we have a pathway that goes up here following the mountains, and it just kind of leads to the statue. And if I have my rendering distance up high enough, it does a really cool outlook of the city. And I've actually got screenshots of it, but I can try right now. So I play on 8, don't laugh at me. But if we like bump it up to like 20 or something, you can see that it's kind of got like this nice overlook of the surrounding towns. Anyway, over here, this is a little monument, I suppose, but this was the first chunk corruption that ever happened in the world. And I remember when this happened, because this other city over here that we're gonna get to right away, that wasn't there originally, but this was the chunk error that happened. And I don't know why, because usually you'd see it and it would be something like it wouldn't even be there. But I guess with this one, it just kind of copied the house and moved it over. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool, so I just kind of kept it here just to remember the first chunk corruption. Anyway, over here we have the port. So the port's kind of cool. I made these little like forklifts that I found on Instagram, because I look at a lot of Minecraft stuff on Instagram, like building tips and all that. And I think that's the best thing that you can do for building, is just getting inspiration, finding things that suit your needs, because not everyone wants to build a rustic home. Not everyone wants to build a modern home or anything like that. So if you find something that like piques your interest, that you have a specific taste for, and you find things like that, then that's exactly what works for you, and it's your style of building. And you'll see in this world that I've switched up buildings a lot. So anyway, over here we have kind of like these little shops. These are like, it's a bookshop, and then up here there's like little hallway kinda, and then actually back here it's a staircase that goes up to the top floor. Over here it's just kind of chests and all that. And actually, this might have been 1.12. Yeah, this place was 1.12, because you couldn't place the chests next to each other. Wow, this world's old. Wow. But there is a cash register here. It's another bookstore. If we head over here, you can see this is the Department of Transportation. This is actually when I started making custom trees. I was never good at trees. And after just kind of... Alright, here's what I did. So I went out and I took pictures of trees and I analyzed trees. And I just kind of tried so hard to mimic building trees. And then I think I did a kind of good job at doing it. But this is the Department of Transportation. It's just got stuff like this, just meeting halls, board area, bookshelves. It's not really like anything you'd expect a Department of Transportation to be, but it's a Department of Transportation, I suppose. Over here is a office building, so you get like the main hall, and I was actually really proud of this, because over there, that's when I took my break for a little bit, and then I come back and I see the world that it's updated for 1.13. And I think 1.13 was the one that added bamboo. I'm not completely sure, honestly. But I came back to this, and then I see that there's bamboo in the game. And actually, thinking about it, I might have actually switched these from dead bushes to bamboo, because dead bushes kind of look like a trunk, and I just kind of went back here and replaced it with bamboo. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember when it came out. But these are just kind of little office areas. Go up here. It's just got little office areas, a little library going in and out. This over here was the first metro line that I ever decided to construct, and it's still never finished. So what it's supposed to do is it would go underground, and it would just map out the entire area. But the problem was that I packed all these buildings so close to each other, and all these like mountains and stuff like really tall, and it really wouldn't have worked out, because if I was trying to go somewhere, I would have peeked down to the ground or something, or broken into a building, and that just would not have been nice to deal with. Also, here's a weird build. I don't remember why I built this. I just kind of went for a modern style build, and I don't build modern. I'm not like a super modern building dude. Like, I tried my best with this. And you'll see later that I'm not a super modern building dude. But here's a school. Now, I'm not one for school, but I know that education is something that you do need. So a couple of these rooms are empty. Computer lab. Just normal classroom, I suppose. Normal classroom once again. Normal classroom again. And there's 2 floors to this, so I think that they... Alright, some of them don't really have any difference, and yeah, so some of them don't really have a difference, and yeah, some of them are empty, some of them are filled with stuff. So that's the school right there. Over here is kind of a... I don't remember what this was. I think it was a house type thing. It might have been a company building. Yeah, now that I see this, I think it might have been a company building. That's really weird looking now. I don't know. I want to build battle with this, though. Because I was looking and I just saw, like, oh, cool. Pool table. Because if you put signs under carpets, they look kind of like the poles for pool. And I thought that was so cool. Like, it's just a sign and then there's carpet on top. I thought it was so cool. Like, maybe if I replace this with carpet, it would look so much better. But I just thought that was really cool. Over here is just kind of a table. It's kind of cool stuff. So the school building's actually really big, and I don't remember, is this a gym or something? No, what is this? It's just glowstone up here. That's weird. Okay, I don't remember how I built these things. Here's another one of the abandoned buildings. They've got like staircases that go up, and that's actually kind of a cool pattern right there. So that was another one. Here's a home. So it's got, I guess, a 6-person bed. You come up here and it's just got a kitchen. And I thought this was kind of cool, but the problem was that you could see the item frame. So, I mean, it's not a big deal, obviously, but... And I know that you can, like, vanish them now or something like that in the new updates. But I just kind of kept it like this. Up here is... It's kind of a study area. Cartography table. Kind of a cool cabinet, too. Paintings, couch, jukebox. Let's do the one next to it. This is another house? Yeah, this is another house. So you got like a really large kitchen and dining room. Whatever this is. You come up here, you got another bedroom. And it's like a study area with a balcony with plants on top. And I guess a bar too on top of the roof. I haven't been in... This is Dossburg, by the way. Sorry I didn't mention that before, but this is Dossburg. And I have not been here for so long, but it still has to probably be my... either my second or third favorite city. I'll show you my first one, you'll see why. But there's kind of cool houses right here. A lot of them are really minimalistic. This one I don't remember. I just didn't finish it. I tried, and then I just kind of gave up, I think. It's a nice house. It's just empty now. And I think it's the same with this one, too. Yeah, this one... The only reason I didn't finish this one was because it was so thin. And with this one, yeah, I didn't really finish that one either. Over here is the stock exchange building, so come inside. And it's got the water elevator stuff because I was so lazy and I didn't want to put stairs in here. But there's like, these are supposed to be like servers or something. And I even went as far as to put like command blocks and have kind of like sea lanterns with all this stuff in it. And I guess water for water cooling. And then you go up here and it's just little offices. And it's pretty much the same all the way up. It's just small offices. Over here is kind of like a tavern bar type thing. So you come down here. You got like a little bar right here. Go upstairs. You got another like dining area. And then you come up one more and you got a dining area and an outdoor looking area. With a couple tables for one. Over here is an office building. Or I guess this is an yeah, this is definitely an apartment. I really should have used the smokers though. Yeah, because I had barrels in this one and I didn't use the smokers, but now I always use them. Another office right here. So not really any different. And this was the end of the metro line right here, and this is where you'd come up. But I kind of abandoned the idea. And maybe I should pick up on it later. Just kind of do it again. Over here we have police station. This is like a restaurant without... I don't even know what this is. There? I don't know. Empty building. I think I already showed that. So we're probably just showing things that I've already shown now. Over here is kind of like... I don't really remember. I think this was like a... Yeah, it's just a house. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know why I don't do that anymore. Just kind of like a house right here. Police area again. Unfinished. So we've pretty much went over all these areas here. So we'll move on to over here, which this one is also, I'm pretty sure, unfinished. Yeah, really thin. Didn't really know what to do with it. This was really awkward too. So I just didn't know what to do with it. So I just kind of left it here. But it did make a really cool effect right here, and I still really like it. We've got like little benches right here. Over here is a apartment. Just really minimal apartment. Really big beds. Bathroom. Kitchen area. Still didn't use smokers, I guess. And this is actually probably the area where I took my most favorite screenshot. My most favorite screenshot. Or one of them. But at night, it looks really cool in here. So at night, it'll... the shaders will kick in, and then it'll just do the really nice lighting. Plus the water textures. And then you don't get these like blocky, like really cut off blocky effects right here. Then the street grass is just moving along, and the leaves and the vines are moving too. Same with the grass, and it just looks really nice. This is a beach house right here, even though it's kind of like not really on a beach. I mean, I guess it's just a little plot of sand, but it's a really minimal beach house. Got a lot of flowers, some plant areas, palm tree, and I'm still not really good at building palm trees, but I've improved a lot from seeing this, and wow, those are rough looking. Over here is just kind of it's unfinished. I don't have good memories of this house when I was building it. A couple things were going on. I just kind of don't like the house now. But I just kind of keep it here because otherwise I just have an empty plot there. So yeah. Anyway, it's like a parking lot, I guess. Alright, so I made kind of a made-up rule, I guess, that you can't really drive cars in here, and that's only because I made the roads initially too small, and I was already done with like 2 cities by the time I was like, hey, what if I want to build cars? Because only one of them would be able to fit on the road, and it'd have to all be one way. So I just either made it like, you have one wide cars, you go walk, you bike or something, I don't know. Anyway, over here is a track. Now, it's a really weird looking track, but it measures out to be, I don't really, I think it's like 150 meters. I don't know. But this is also where I put like my personal records on here. So I've got like my, if I slow down a little bit. So I got my 400 meter, my 800, my mile, my 5K on road, my 5K cross country, 10K, and then half marathon. And I'm hoping to break the half marathon one soon. So that'd be nice. Same with, actually that 10K was really rough. Gasping the entire time. It was midwinter. Not midwinter, but kind of like starting to warm up. It was just rough. Anyway, here's South Doesburg now. So South Doesburg is kind of like the more suburban area of Doesburg. But it's kind of got just houses, a little fish pond right here. And the houses don't really have much to them. They're very modern. You know, stuff like this. It's the same with this one over here. Just kind of kitchen, dining area. Got a bedroom up here. And very open. You can look out a lot of the places. They're gated off too. So they're kind of supposed to be like rich people mansion type things. Here's a modern house that I built. I'm really not a modern house builder, but I try my best to vary house variety in this area. And that's kind of where it goes over to here too, because there's a small road that connects it right here, right next to the water. And these are where I took house submissions, so people would send me what they wanted to be built, and then I just build them the home. So these were all taken from PNG images, and I tried to recreate them the best I absolutely could. And they both happen to be modern homes, but I think I did a really good job at building a couple of these. So like this one, I think I did a really good job at, especially like the kitchen and making it go back, and especially the roofs, because the roofs are the hardest to do, honestly. Anyway, over here we have just kind of a long house. It's just long. It's got curtains so people don't peek in here. And then here's another map also. So this is a little bit more of a complete map. You'll see that they get more complete as we go on. So right now we are right here. So we've covered just about all this area. So now we're moving into, this is actually still South Doesburg right here. So it goes Doesburg and then it's South Doesburg, which is this entire area right here. So South Doesburg, this is kind of like a industrial factory area, and I really enjoyed this right here. Just kind of this view especially. But you come back here and it's like, oh, you got a mysterious building right here. What is this? Oh no, there's a chair down here. Yeah, I don't know why I built that there, but I just did. But then it's got like these cool like stairs right here where you kind of looking up through them. You got the leaves and you just immersed in like buildings and nature. It's kind of cool. But yeah, most of these are just like breweries and different factory type buildings. Not really anything special with them. This one's the only different one, and it's a library. And this one's an office building with a entertainment area, so we have like table tennis and a pool, which this is what I mean by it looks better when you make it with the green. And even then, it's still kind of wonky because I only use trapdoors with it, but you got the signs in here and then you got the carpet, so yeah, looks good. And over here is kind of a, what is this? I don't even remember. Oh, this is like a shipment area, so it's got like crates. Now we're moving into the 𝚑𝚘 district. This is a train here that I never finished. It only has one area, and that's just to transport over to the 𝚑𝚘 Central Station. So over here we have kind of like a car garage. I built cars. I think they were kind of, I don't remember how I got the design for these. I think these were back when I played in 2014 or 13, and there's a server that I played on, and it was a survival, and it was just really cool. So I just built whatever. So And I remember one of the dudes on there had these kind of cool cars, so I just built these. I remembered the exact way to build it. I just kind of built it like that. So over here is where you enter into 𝚑𝚘𝚘. Got like lamps. And then you have the entering area. So at the start, I was kind of going for a like Times Square type thing where it's got all like the billboards and banners and all that. But then I just kind of eased out a little bit and decided, hey, maybe I'm not too good at doing this. Maybe I should wait a little bit. But in here, it's kind of like supposed to have that CEO type feeling. So it's like you come in here and it's very open. You have antiques right here, which are supposed to be mini Stonehenges. You got the small thing right here. You got the plants. And then up here you have an office and like kind of speaking area where you'd speak to an entire crowd while looking at the coin symbol or whatever that is. And this building was just called Light. I don't know why. We'll get to that later over there. Over here it's another unfinished building. It was really open. And usually I do really well with open spaces, but with this one I just didn't really know what to do because it's open, and I didn't want to do another office building. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I can make it like a courthouse or something, but then I just looked at the shape and I still don't really know what to do with it, so I might just make it an office building later. Over here's another empty building I never really got to. I don't really come back to this area either. But I thought it looked really cool. And I did really think it was kind of awkward placement with the slanted area right here. So I just kind of never put anything in here. A lot of the buildings, the only reason that I don't put interior into them is because I think that they are awkward looking. But this is probably my favorite build. And this is the casino. So you know you got VIP parking over here. Now you just pull in, drop them off. And this is probably still my favorite area to be in. It's got like the lights right here that go. You come over here. Every casino needs a dining area. And let me just go over here. Let's turn myself to creative mode really quick. And let's go over here. So you got like the plant shelves right here, and you got the lights that lead you over to the elevator. In the elevator, you push up the button, and that's just a maintenance area. But you have like rooms. So like every casino's got like a casino and hotel. It's got to have rooms. So rooms are different for each one. I'll just do over here. I don't really want to spend too much time making the tour, but you get the point. The rooms are different, and then also over here you have like a small overview of everyone eating. So I mean, do what you will with that. Anyway, over here we have museum. So the museum is actually really kind of cool. I just kind of made stone pieces right here, and this is my texture pack. And looking at it, I really think that it's kind of like weird looking now. But if I go into creative again and I just clear my inventory, I just retextured all the food items to be like vegetable, and honestly, I'm not a texture maker, but the leak was pretty good. So I think that I'd keep everything. No, I think I'd only keep the leek and maybe the manfish, because I don't know why. I just thought the manfish was really funny. I have it on the back of my skin too, along with the 𝚬𝚘𝚍, because I wear a 𝚬𝚘𝚍 sweatshirt. But that's not going to turn into a texture pack review. I'll have the link for that down. So we have Garfield here. That's the Ender Dragon. Got me 37,000 upvotes on Reddit. Got door. This is the door. My old Minecraft username. And you got like kind of stone artwork right here. Snake. Statue of bird with a ring. I don't even know. So we head out here, and you got just the museum. This is actually really cool, but it took me so long to make. This is a spiraling tower, and it doesn't really serve any purpose other than being kind of like a workplace for this area right here. I just thought it was really cool. So this is like the parking garage. Then you enter and then you're into here. But I can't really interiorize it because it's so like awkward to build in because it's turning every time. But it looks really cool and I don't really want to put anything in it because it's so like transparent too. So I just think it's really cool. So over here is I think this is the investigation bureau. These are actually empty. Probably because I was thinking about this and I really wanted to do like a lobby type building, but they all have interior when you get to like the second floors above. And it's mainly just computers, but I didn't really know what to do for this area right here other than keep it blank, because you don't want somebody to be snooping around while you're doing some investigative work, and I just never got an idea for a lobby because of how small the area is. Another office building right here, not really much to see about that one. These ones are really small homes. Like really small homes. They're cheap apartments right here, and you don't have a lot of space, but I think I really wanted to challenge myself just seeing how I could build in limited space, and I think I did a kind of good job. I wouldn't live in it personally. I think it's too cramped. I like small living, but not this small. And honestly, I'd rather have some room too. But it's got like all these per area, and it just kind of goes over into here, where it's got like small plants and stuff. Over here is, yeah, this one's also, it's like apartments. So it's like, you just kind of got apartments right here, TVs, bedrooms, all that stuff. Now this is the art exhibit. And honestly, there isn't really much here. This is probably the only like good building in here, and it's just a whole bunch of cubes stacked upon each other. And my, do I like it. But then it's like just kind of like buildings like this, and they're just kind of weird. So I really enjoy this one though. It's such a cool building. Just any angle from it. It's just a whole bunch of cubes slapped together. Over here we have the, it's just kind of a building. There's not really much to it. It's just, you got an entertainment area. You got a large opening here. And then up here you have like desks and just another large opening area, and then just that. Over here we have this bad tower. I don't care. Over here it's just another unfinished area. You got Tar Tower. That's just Tar Tower. Just Tar Tower. Anyway, over here is another office area. Not really anything interesting. Some floors are kind of empty. And then that brings us over to here, so we just went in full circle. And small apartments over here, and they've just got really small living. I'm watching this series on Netflix while I built this. And then you got like kind of wood buildings over here that are just kind of weird. Oh, and then here we have, I forgot, did I put interior in this? I did, I put some. These are just apartments. I got like plant shelves. I recently came back here and did it, and this is what I mean by I'm not really that good at modern building. I tried, but I can't do it. And it's the same with these wood towers. They're supposed to be wood to add variety to the buildings, but I just couldn't. But over here is really cool. So this is the 𝚬𝚘𝚎 Hills, and what it is just small homes up on top of hills. And I was I was watching an author review a book, and it was funny, and I was just kind of building while I did that, so I wasn't really paying attention to what I was building. I was just kind of placing blocks. But we have like trees right here. I gotta remove these actually, because I'm not one for like the grass just like being here. I like it with the connected texture where it's not like seeping over into the concrete. But we got like custom trees, like using fence posts for trees. And this is what I mean by I've gotten a lot better at trees, because before I would not have been able to make a tree like this, or even a tree like that, or like this. They're all pretty much custom trees over here, aside from like a few. Very modern houses. Very. Now they're just wooden. But very open. Now this is my favorite city right here. And also the... No, this is almost the final one. But this is the 𝚬𝚬𝚬 And you can tell that I put so much effort in here. I swear, I probably spent maybe... I'd honestly like to say I've maybe spent a couple, maybe a little bit over a week in this area straight of gameplay. So, my first treehouse that actually looks good, and I was so proud of it. You have these kind of Adobe style mansions where it's got stuff like this. Go up here, you got like computer area. And they're just kind of cool. And then you have like a back area where it's got these trees. And this is my mansion right here. So I just decided, you know what? I like Italian villas. Why don't I try making an Italian villa style building? So I decided, you know what? I'm going to make an Italian villa style building. And this is when I really decided to switch up how I build. So I experimented with it. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm confident enough. I think I can build it. So, you know, it's got just a gym at the bottom. Stuff like this. And actually there's another area that I forgot to get to. But we went over here too quickly, so we'll just do that next. And also here's what I mean by I got a lot better at palm trees. So these palm trees are so much better than the ones that I had before. And I found out that you could use composters to make actually kind of cool looking logs. Because they do look like palm tree logs. I don't know, I thought it was really cool. I tried to make another creek like I did in Dossburg. This one didn't really end up as well. It's really like, it's got too many vines. I added fruit to the trees though, and I thought that was really cool. And same with these ones. They added like fruit and berries and all that. And it's really cool. And this was actually a really neat idea. Just adding grass on top of these, like ferns or something, to make extra leaves. Over here is kind of like a park area and a hammock. That was found on Instagram also. And then just kind of houses over here. We got this house right here. It's a good memory house. Very nice home right here. I like it. And then it's just neighborhood. And then to signify that it's a good memory house, you got gold. Some houses over here. And then this is where I varied style again. This was when I decided to make... So I was looking on Google Maps for like areas that kind of look really cool. And I forgot where I was. I think I was somewhere in Italy. Somewhere between Italy and Switzerland, I think. I don't remember. But I was somewhere between there. And I saw these houses perched up on a hill. And I just saw them and I was like, these are so cool. But they were very vibrant. They had like overgrowth on them. And it was so cool. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to recreate one of these. And then I recreated one of them, and I was just like, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again. And then I just did all these. And they're still, like, really cool to look at. Like, probably actually one of my favorite house buildings are these. Like, they're really cool. Like, just areas like that. And I built all those. And I built, like, a campsite, too. Just out back, even though it's not really camping, it's just kind of hangout spot. And all these trees over here are custom along with the bamboo placement. But it's got like a little river right here, flows into the ocean. And that leads us over to the dock. And here's a sign right here that says, I built a boat. And that's the first boat that I've ever built of this style also. This is a weird palm tree. This is a really weird palm tree. That's nice. We've got like kind of drop off area for the beach. I go up here. And this is actually based off the house in Stardew Valley of Elliot's house. I just kind of put something, I didn't really know what's in his house because I haven't gotten that far in the game yet. But yeah, these are really nice houses. We'll go over here and I'll show you what this is. So this is supposed to be kind of like the tech giant area. And I've got stuff like Club Purple right here, which this is actually a really cool building. We'll go into the entrance. So this is Club Purple. It's the dark club right here. And you go up these stairs, the VIP only stairs, and then you turn this lever on. You get the party lights going up here, and then you do down here where there's another one. And then it's just hooked up to this small redstone clock. You turn that on, and then you get the full experience for a night at a club or something. And it's just kind of cool. And I got way too excited when it worked. But then you come up to here, and after we turn this off, but you come up to here, and then you come over here, and you've got like a CEO office or something. So it's just a dark room with another seat, bookshelves. But that's not really what I was excited about. It's up here, because you get like a cool overlook of the entire area. You got a track right here. You get a cool overlook of the area. You got a sit down area and a kind of neat table. Use campfires extinguished. Over here you have a clothing store. And you know, it's just got things like this. It's just a clothing store. There's not really much to it. A couple offices, same with over here and over there. They're not really anything special. These are modern buildings too, so I did my best. I know they're not super good, but I did my best. And then we have my personal CEO office, because it's got the name right here, the signature name. But I made it kind of like the GTA style, because I love the GTA Maze Bank Plaza office. And I know it doesn't look like it, but I thought it was just kind of cool, because I added a balcony then, and I just kind of drifted away from the original design. Also, sorry if my blocks are up really high. I was doing something earlier. But it's kind of got like a neat fireplace right here, receptionist desk, books and all that. Area where you just hang out for. And then up here you got like just all like the working area, so you got like the computers, another hangout area, the balcony. Come up here and then it's the CEO office. And this is really nice. I would work in here any day. You got the double monitors. Because I'm going to say this, double monitors are so good. I use double monitor. Like, alright. I've been using double monitors since December. And I could never go back. They are just so convenient to have. And if everyone could have them, I'd recommend that heavily, that everyone gets like 2 or 3 monitors. It is the best thing, because I do my schooling on here, and I can just have them up on another screen instead of having to flip over, and it is the most convenient thing ever. Over here is a, yeah, this is just another office building. There's a TV down here, I remember, yeah. TV, and then this is actually kind of cool. Just, area like that. This is actually not finished. I'm in the process of building this. It's gonna be another office. Along with over here, there's another office right here. And this one over here was kind of inspired by the Googleplex area. But I just kind of made my own little spin on it. And I'm trying hard to do modern builds, because I know how popular of a style modern building is. But I know that if I had personal preference, I probably wouldn't do modern buildings as much. But they look nice. I'm just not the best at building modern. And I know that a lot of people like don't like build, but any building that you do is just good. Know that. Like, if you're proud of the building, then you should be proud of it, because it's your building, your uniqueness to it. Another office. Other homes up here, which are kind of cool. I just built all these when I was just joining random Discord servers, just talking to people. And I would turn my screen share on, and I'd tell them, give me a house to build, like just send me a PNG of a house to build, I'll build it for you. Give me just anything that you want, any tips, any advice for anything, and I'll try to match it to your style, because when you build so many houses, it just kind of gets stale, and you kind of just, well, what I wanted originally was just people to give me different ideas for things to build. So I went into Discord servers and I said, hey, send me some PNG or JPEG images, or what did I just say? Just send me images of any cool house that you think is really cool, because I'm looking for building styles to try and do, and I want to see which ones you come up with. And a lot of the things that people sent were really good and ended up building them. Like these Adobe houses right here, they were sent in by one guy, and I sent back like a thank you for that, because I do like the Adobe style. I'm not the best at building them because I think they're too like multi-pattern, but I did my best, and I thought they looked good. So I know they're not like the best, but they're really cool. And same with the treehouse right here, because some dude sent in a picture of a treehouse that he had in his backyard, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do a treehouse. So I did, and I made a treehouse, and I thought it was really cool. And now we're gonna go back over to here, because I did miss something. Right over here. Here we are. So this is Checktown, and it's an extension to Benet, but it's kind of like its own autonomous region. So Checktown, it's just kind of like Czech population, surrounding areas around that, and it's just kind of cool because one of my friends was Czech, so I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna build him something like that. And then we have Parker Plaza, which if you've ever seen my reviewing the new updates or the snapshots with them, I used to do that a lot. Just kind of like build some cool stuff. And he had really cool ideas too. So, you know, we've got like, this is the Veggie Village. And what he did was he had a world. It was a really cool one, actually. And he built a village entirely out of blocks that are composable. So, like watermelons, pumpkins, hay bales, leaves, and all that. And I just thought it was so cool, and I was like, hey, I could make you like a plaza in this area and build it. But then the Second World corruption hit, and it just wiped this entire area out. And it maybe came back with like 2 of these houses right here. And now I know to back up almost every single day, because I know something like this will happen. If I make a major building, I back it up. Also, there's a hot air balloon up here. It's really circular. And this is the first hot air balloon that I've ever made, but I still like it. Over here we have small cars. And then we have a truck, which is kind of cool. Where it's like we got like cars right here, a really thick, bulky one. It's kind of like supposed to be like a car show or something. And there's one more area that I have to show all of you. And this is the Cusco Territories. It's just kind of a settlement where they just kind of do their own thing. They're like the Amish. You know, they're isolated from everyone else. I don't know a lot about the Amish. They just have their own region, I guess. There's not really much to it. And this is what I mean by it have like people send me things. So one of the things was my friend sent me a Norwegian cabin, so I fulfilled his thing and built a Norwegian cabin. Over here we have vineyards, which are really small actually, but they produce enough, so they produce. And now I'm just kind of showing things that I forgot to really show. So these are kind of the things that you don't really see a lot. Like so I'm a cross-country runner, obviously, and this is a cross-country course. This is the Doesburg cross-country course, even though it's built in South Doesburg, still Doesburg, so. But it's just kind of like this, and don't worry about falling over. There's fences. Not like these are gonna do anything when you have a huge drop like this. And then Elfia Mountains right here. This is also where the chunk error was. And that's really it. So, yeah, that's really it. A 54-minute tour of this entire area. Not bad. So, I plan to work on this a lot more. And I am thinking about doing a world download release if popular vote. So, if you want to see a world download, please let me know because I can get you all a world download if you all want. But now, let's just look over some things that I've got in here because I've got a lot of things in here. So, you know, we've got like, what do we have? So, I'm just trying to think of things that are like kind of impressive. So, other than the 29 days that I've played in this world, actually, I could probably summarize all these up. So, I'd say maybe half of those were building exterior, maybe a quarter interior. There was maybe like 12 and a half hours of just idly flying around. And then I'd probably say maybe like a day total of me just being AFK and going to the bathroom or something. Distance crouched, almost 6 kilometers. That's kind of far. Distance sprinted, 51 kilometers. That's a little bit over a marathon. I've never died in this world. And I've snuck for almost 11 hours. 10 and a half hours. So what? That's a lot of time holding shift to build. And distance flying is probably really high. Yeah, almost 2,000 kilometers, which that's really far. Almost 5 kilometers walked on underwater. Wow. I've never actually killed a whole lot. Alright, so I have killed some mobs in this. And then I just turned mob spawning off. But we got like 2 bats, chicken, trader llamas, tropical fish, and then wandering trader. And as for items, you can tell that I've placed a lot of items, times used. Yeah, I've placed a lot of blocks in this world. More than I'd like to say I have. I've really placed a lot of blocks in this world. Wow. I've got a problem with playing so much. Anyway, that's all for the tour, everyone. So this is the first video tour. I'll probably make another update in like a year or something. I don't know. If I think that there's any significant building, I'll do a tour or something like that. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you're interested in getting a world download link, please tell me in the comments or go on Twitter or Twitch or whatever. Just message me somewhere. And if it's popular enough, I think I will post a world download for all of you to check out the area on. Because there's a couple Easter eggs in this area that I haven't showed on here because I want to wait until like a full release to have them on here. But if you look around the map, you'll guaranteed find them. And there's a couple things that I haven't shown on here, but I've just done like I've just scraped the bare area that you all really need to know. So when a world download comes out, you can just explore it on your own. You'll find all the Easter eggs around here. Kind of like hidden messages too, I suppose. Not really, just kind of Easter eggs. So, anyway, that's probably it for the episode, or not episode. That's probably it for the tour. So, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any feedback on this area, please let me know if there's any areas I can improve or not. I'd really like to know what you all think of this area. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you later. Goodbye, everyone. Also, uploads are finally going to be more consistent now, so thank you for that.